Kara recently turned 18. Her parents like to go abroad, which is why she lives alone in a big house. Only literature does not let you get bored. She has one dream: to become loved. And something new is going to happen in her life today. She will be able to meet a writer like her. Jonathan's teacher. He found inspiration in this remote town. Kara comes to class before everyone else. This surprises Jonathan, and he asks where she lives, and they tell each other about their lives. Jonathan is amazed that Kara has read the entire curriculum. Kara jokingly replies that she likes it too. Then Vinny comes into the office and takes her friend away to talk. While they're gone, Jonathan looks at Kara's books. Boris distracts him. He immediately realized that Jonathan was reading the girl's book, as its plot was very vulgar. Guys wouldn't read that. By coincidence, Kara likes to read a book written by Jonathan. He lives with his wife Beatrice, who is also a writer. He tells her that her student is reading his book. The duo starts dancing, but they are distracted by a call from Emmy. A new day is coming. Teachers are relaxing, sitting on benches drinking coffee. Boris wonders if there are ghosts in the forest. A second later, Kara comes out of the woods and walks right up to the teachers. Boris offers cookies, but Jonathan can't take his eyes off Kara. A little later, Vinny tries to get Boris's attention. She says bluntly that she is interested in their communication. Kara calls her crazy. After school, friends gather together. Kara admits that it is difficult for her to find a topic for a future book. Vinny suggests reliving the moment, which will help in writing a topic, for example, interviews with teachers. The problem is that none of them had a serious relationship. Vinny wants her first date to be with Boris. Kara should also understand that Jonathan is looking at her in a special way. But Kara denies everything, and she spends the rest of the day reading Jonathan's book. And during lessons, they can't take their eyes off each other. Jonathan asks me to come to him after class. The same desire is spinning in Kara's head to get all his attention. A little later, Jonathan decides to dance a little, but he is distracted by Kara. She promises not to reveal his hobbies to anyone. Jonathan suggests going to a poetry club in case something surprises her. He read her latest work on her. I really liked it. Kara burns with shame and explains what her work was about. Jonathan wants her to write a story in the style of her favorite author. Kara accepts the assignment, adding that she has read his book in full. Then she repeats some phrases that she liked the most. Jonathan doesn't even know what to say to him. Kara, and interrupts the awkward pause and asks for forgiveness. Suddenly Vinny comes into the office and the duo ends the conversation. Teachers today, and Beatrice visits the cafe she works there in Win. Boris is making fun of a girl, and Beatrice is wondering how beautiful the girl who read his book is. He replies that she is very smart and unique. Beatrice decides to declare that Jonathan is not a writer. He chose to work as a teacher. He didn't write any more books after that day. Tomorrow, Kara attends a writing club. She feels that this day will be very significant for her. Jonathan is glad to see her. A guy enters the scene and reads his work. Jonathan listens to him attentively, but Kara looks exclusively at Jonathan. Tomorrow she brings coffee to the teachers. Boris shares his cookies. Kara doesn't understand why Boris makes such delicious cookies, but he doesn't tell anyone about it. He could sell it. Vinny will be able to make a logo. The girl stopped by Jonathan's place today. He tells me that he is going to go on vacation with his wife. Vinny sees how cute the duo is. He talks to a friend when the teachers come out. She suggests that Kara make the first move to seduce Jonathan. Boris interrupts their conversation. He decided to sell cookies. Vinny quickly joins their team. All she needs is his number, and this afternoon, Kara called Jonathan. He promises her that he will stop by her place before leaving. Kara argues that when love is real, it is quiet and inevitable. A couple of hours later, Jonathan arrives at Kara, and she leaves the house, dressed in a white dress. All Jonathan can do is stand by and watch her walk towards him. Kara stops and asks me to come to her. Jonathan still stands still, then Kara takes the first step followed by a kiss. When he returned home, he kept getting messages from Kara. Beatrice is annoyed by the alerts, which forces Jonathan to go to the barn. There he begins to read Kara's new book. He gets carried away and imagines that they are the main characters. Unable to resist, he does the dirty deed. A new day arrives, and Kara notices Jonathan's strange behavior. She asks what happened to him. Jonathan replies that she needs to choose a new author. She claims that he asked her to write a book about a topic she knows. Jonathan asks if she really knows this. Kara replies that it's them. Seeing how confused he is, Kara calls that it's about two similar people who reject social restrictions. Jonathan still thinks this book is too mature. Kara is sure he's too scared. They're not strangers anymore. Jonathan tries to explain that she is his student and he is a teacher. Kara wants to admit it anyway, that the job is good. It's just that Jonathan doesn't want to admit it, calling Jonathan redundant, but without ambition. He could be much better, but right now he's irresponsible. Before she leaves her story in the mailbox for the administration. Friends meet in the evening. Vinny asks if she likes Jonathan. Kara calls it an imitation sushi dressing, but she loves it anyway. At this time, Beatrice finds out what his student wrote, but he won't admit who it was written about. The story Beatrice manages to persuade and tell about the vision. Kara suggests that Vidna write to Boris. That's what she does. He came to visit the Jonathan family. Beatrice notices Boris texting someone, but he won't tell her who it is. But the conversation begins to move in a different direction, and Boris puts the phone away. Jonathan got a call from the administration and was accused of having an inappropriate relationship with Kara. But he denies everything. He understands that if she can prove that they had something, he could lose his job. Beatrice adds that she doesn't just ask her job to tell the truth. Jonathan swears that nothing happened. Tomorrow, Kara is skipping classes. Winnie looks very confused. She's trying to make Jonathan feel guilty, but it looks as cold as possible. Later, Kara comes to the director and describes their adventures. Jonathan has to defend himself. He was lucky that their stories matched. To the final question, Kara replies that it didn't happen, that whatever she didn't like. Obviously, Jonathan doesn't know what she said, and he's very confused by the question. During recess, Boris realizes that Jonathan has fallen in love with his career. He's unlucky that he can't see the line that can't be crossed. It was because of this that he got into such a mess. Upon returning home, Beatrice asks her questions. Beatrice doesn't believe his lies. Jonathan couldn't deny that a spark had passed between them and Kara. That was the last straw. Beatrice is going to file for. Vinny comes to Kara and asks her not to harm Jonathan. It will ruin his life, just to get revenge for him rejecting her. Vinny will stand up for Jonathan and tell him that Kara is lying. She quickly replies that Vinny won't be able to do it. She has dirt on her and Boris. When Kara finishes writing a book about her and Jonathan, the movie ends.